Hi everyone, Dr. Drea here with an overview of all the things that I use to do my resin art. So I hope this helps you, and if you're looking to get started into resin, or if you're just curious as to what it takes to get going here, I'm going to give you a brief overview of what I use, why I use it, and I'll probably do some more videos. And of course, I'm always here for questions and answers if you need them, or advice. If you have some tips and tricks, please do not ever hesitate to share with me. So let's just dive in with the start of the show. This resin is Counterculture DIY. Now this has no VOCs. It's an artist resin. It's a two-part resin, so one part A, one part B, and I gotta tell you guys, I've used a few brands and I love this brand. I really do. I've used this, and I've also used their casting resin, and it's fantastic. The best I've used. So I'm not being paid to say this. They have no idea that I'm even saying this. So I do love it, okay? That takes me to the next product that I found on their website, which are these really cool little convenient bottles. I know, you're like, okay, well, they're just squeeze bottles, Drea, get over it. Well, what's really important, I have to point out, is A and B are clearly marked. Number one, they're not rubbing off. I have used these, I couldn't tell you how long, and they're still there. Why is that important? Well, I did a DIY and the A and B had rubbed off, but the black and white little stickers that I had on there remained. However, I got a little confused and I put the wrong stuff in the wrong stuff. Okay? I was not a happy camper. It was a giant mess and I lost a lot of product. So little simple things in life will make you very happy, and a happy little crafter. So I can't recommend those enough. From, again, Counterculture DIY. Highly recommend it. All right, so what do I use to mix my resin? Well, I most certainly reuse as many sticks as I can get away with. And sometimes I have found some silicone covered spoons or spatulas from the dollar store. I do use those as well. I have to clean those a lot, so often I will use these and I will literally leave them right here on the mat to cure like everything else. I probably wipe them down just a little bit and then let them cure. And as you'll see, there's some pigment here that will not affect the next batch when you go to use it. Don't worry, it won't come off, I promise. And I use them in a various sizes of measuring cups. So really common are these little medicine one here. Really cheap, really easy to get your hands on. You probably already have a couple of those laying around if you've bought cough medicine or cold medicine recently. The other one that's super duper common are these ones here. It's really cloudy because I've used a lot of alcohol to clean it in the past, and we'll go into that another time. But these are really common. Those are 100 milliliters. Again, really good for small batches. And then when I want to do a really large batch, which I really try to do as much as possible, to be honest with you, because these are so easy to clean. Guys, I love these. Okay, so these are from Walmart, and all you got to do is let them cure. Of course, scrape out as much as you possibly can, like you're gonna anyways. Because you're probably frugal, right? And then once they're cured, you're gonna just give them a little squeeze, and they're gonna hear a bunch of cracking. Then you're gonna just kind of pull away the little resin. Once you get a little loose part, pull away the resin little bit by little bit, working its way around the edge. You're gonna get a big piece out all in one glob. So it's gonna be fantastic, super easy to clean, no joke. Walmart, super cheap. Okay. Next takes me to the color. What do I use to color? Now this is Art Deco. I realize Art Deco is a little bit of a pricier brand. However, I do use this for other projects, and you can always use your regular craft paint from the dollar section, from the 2 for $1 section. The only difference you're going to see, whether this is going to be whether it's a semi-gloss or gloss or matte, does not matter. The only difference you will see is if it's a shimmer or a metallic. It's the only difference, okay? The next star of the show is going to be Arteza mica powders. I absolutely love mica powders. I do have a few other brands that I have used and that was gifted to me. They are fantastic. I cannot recommend mica powders enough. And you could always use mica powders in other projects as well, as even as far as making your own paints. So really cool stuff. Alcohol ink. Most of us are familiar with alcohol ink. You probably have used it for a myriad of other projects if you're a regular crafter. You can also use it to color your resin, as well as doing other effects with it within the resin. So if you're watching some of my videos, you've seen me use alcohol ink in the past. Last, and I would say the least, my least favorite. Does it work? Yes, it works. It's subtle because I don't use it often. I probably use it because, well, I bought it and I should probably utilize what I've purchased. But I don't like the smell. Even with wearing a mask, I still smell it, and that is very troublesome for me. And sometimes I can't tolerate the smell. So, mentioning masks, that takes me here. You're going to need a mask and you're going to need gloves. I know what you're going to say. Because I feel you on both points as far as those who don't like to wear them, because I am one of those people. I like to touch things. I am a tactile learner, so feeling things with my fingers is imperative to learning for me. I get it. However, it's not safe to work with the resin on your fingers, as well as it's super sticky, and if you're touchy like me, having that sticky crap residue on your fingers is just terrible. You're also going to have to clean your fingers with alcohol just to get that residue off, and alcohol will dry out your fingers significantly. I have heard several people warn against how alcohol can seep into your skin. I personally have not experienced any negative effects if that's taking place, but I can't recommend that you do that. So, just wear the gloves, please. I can't make you, but I can highly recommend them. And then that takes me to the dreaded mask. I personally cannot tolerate the mask. I get it. I have had the mask cause me a major panic attack, and it was very exacerbated by the fact that I could not shout inside of the mask. Your voice is very muffled, and it was really terrifying. So now I just don't wear the back neck strap, and that allows me to push off the mask at any given time when I need to, even when I have sticky resin fingers. So what happens when I don't wear the mask, which I have tried to do several times, when it's summertime, I can open the windows, but if I do it too many times, I will get a headache. I mean, it just happens. So I'm just telling you what I've personally experienced and what I would hope, wouldn't happen to you. And again, one of the things I want to point out is this says no VOCs. Those are the vapors that are going to come up from the resin or that odor. But again, I just personally recommend opening those windows because I can still smell something. Lastly are going to be some cleaning products. I used to say lastly, as far as the group goes. I'm not going to go really too far into what I do with these per se. I will just say I use these to clean, all the products. So, or all of my tools. So I'll go more into this, but one of the things are Members Mark extra large 12-inch by 8-inch wipes. These are disposable washcloths, and your tape. You got to get some packing tape. This is imperative, okay? You're going to need molds. Wherever you get your molds is, of course, you guys know you can get molds pretty much anywhere nowadays. And Hobby Lobby has a really good selection. They've really been growing in what they offer. So I'm really happy to say, please go there and support them. They're fantastic. How much resin do you know to put in any given mold? Well, what I typically do is I fill my mold with water, however high I want to go, right? How thick do I want this? I pour my water in, and then I pour it into a measuring cup. And then however much water I have is how much resin I'll need, and then I'll measure accordingly. And I do the same thing for each new mold I get. That way I know exactly how much resin I need to use inside of them. One of the things after you get done pouring, you're going to need some sort of heat source. Some of us like to use a torch. I like to use a heat gun. I do not recommend using a torch on your molds. You will damage your molds if you get too hot here along the edges, especially when you're trying to pop those bubbles. I feel safe and secure with a heat gun, as well as I do, again, other crafts with it, so it's a multi-tool for me. I have used a torch, don't get me wrong, especially when I'm doing a really nice big tray, nice big slab. It does come in handy. So get yourself a heat gun, you'll thank me. And this little needle. I keep this pin here because I picks out the little tiny fuzzies that you will get in your resin. The little dust particles that are flying in the air, they will land in your resin even before you get to covering it. So just make sure that you're getting all those little fuzzies out for that seamless finish. And then I just keep it handy, and I wipe it down as soon as I'm done using it so it doesn't get cured with a bunch of resin stuck to it. And well, that's it, guys. I hope that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give me a like, and please hit that subscribe button below. I would really appreciate it. It shows your girl some free support. And I hope you like this video. I hope that you found some value in it. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to share with me below. I would love to hear from you guys. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye.